and welcome to the Town of Parker Planning Commission meeting commenced at 7 p.m. Would like to welcome you and wish everyone a Happy New Year. Excuse me. Eric, would you lead us in the, oh, sorry, I have to do roll call. Never mind. Pledge of Allegiance first. Okay, see what you did? Eric, would you lead us in the roll call, in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Eric. Roll call. I am filling in for our chairperson, Gary, and we have to my left. Hi, Nicholas.
Nick Metz.
Nicholas is present.
Present.
Eric R.
Present.
Eric Wan.
Still here, yes.
Ruth Ann.
Yes, I'm here.
Angela.
Here.
Leland.
Here.
Thank you. And I am, as I said, I'm present for Gary. We have Angela filling in for Roxy's vacated seat. Thank you, Angela. We have Eric Rieger filling in for where I normally sit. And Jane is in the audience. Thank you, Jane, for joining us. We have one agenda this evening with 4 separate motions.
Aye.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Excuse me. Before we start that, sorry. Any deletions or additions to the agenda, Bryce?
No, Madam Chair.
Thank you. 4th item on the agenda, approval of the minutes from 11/9/23. Any changes, request for that?
No.
No.
Do I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I move we approve the minutes from November 9th.
I'll second.
Motioned by Ruth Ann, seconded by Eric, for the approval of the minutes for 11/9/2023. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Approval has passed. Excuse me. We have, where am I? Sorry. We have a public hearing this night, this evening for Harding Heights, and there will be 4 separate motions leading into the actual public hearing, as this is a public hearing. Excuse me. As this is a public hearing, we will have first hear from from Ashley, sorry, about the Harding Heights. Ashley,
Good evening.
you need your mic.
Good evening, Planning Commission. Tonight, I am presenting the Harding Heights zoning use by special review and minor development plat request for Harding Heights. There we go. Okay, the subject site is located at the southwest corner of Parker Road and Longs Way, where Big Jim's Barbecue and Mountain Man fruit stand are currently located. The applicant has submitted 3 applications. The first application is a request to zone approximately 6.17 acres to C commercial. The second application is a use by special review to allow for a gas station on the property. The proposed C commercial zoning within the town lists a gas station as a use permitted by special review. The third application is a minor development plat to subdivide the 6.17 acre property into 3 commercial lots to be known as Harding Heights. The uses immediately surrounding the site are mostly commercial in nature, which includes a fast food restaurants, shops, an animal clinic, a used car dealership, an equipment rental facility, and a gas station, and much more. Currently, the site consists of 3 different zoned areas: C commercial, modified commercial, and the Moran PD. The applicant is proposing to create a cohesive zoning for the site by rezoning approximately 2 acres from the Moran PD, shown in green, and 1.94 acres from modified commercial, shown in blue, both to C commercial. The proposed zoning would follow the town's land development ordinance as to uses permitted by right, those permitted by special review, and heights and setbacks. The property shown in black is already zoned C commercial and is not included in this rezone request. Things giving me troubles today. There we go. There are 9 criteria used to evaluate a rezoning request. These criteria ensure that the need exists, the proposal is consistent with the master plan, and there are adequate services to serve the proposed site. All 9 criteria must be satisfied for staff to support a rezoning application. The review criteria are listed on the screen above, and these are the only criteria through which the request may be viewed. After a full analysis, staff has concluded that all 9 criteria can be met by the proposed rezone application. Okay, the proposed use by special review is to allow for a gas station on the property. The applicant is proposing to construct a 5,312 square foot convenience store with gas pumps at the northeast corner of the property. Note in this graphic that north is actually facing to the right instead of up, so just ease some of that confusion. Uses by special review are established in zone districts when a proposed use may present external impacts that require additional review beyond those that are considered uses by right. The use by special review is to determine whether or not the requested use can meet the 9 approval criteria set forth in the land development ordinance. A use by special review does not include the review of specific development and design standards. Those items will be reviewed during the site plan process. Okay. There are also 9 criteria used to evaluate a use by special review. They are different, even though the slides look very similar. All 9 criteria must be satisfied for staff to support a use by special review request. The review criteria are listed on the screen above, and these are the only criteria through which the request may be viewed. After a full analysis, staff has concluded that all 9 criteria can be met by the proposed use by special review request. Okay. The proposed minor development plat will subdivide the 6-acre property into 3 commercial lots and provide a shared access to all 3 lots. I don't know if it's visible to y'all, but I have highlighted in yellow the shared access.
I don't see it.
Okay, that might not have gotten onto this most updated slide deck, so excuse me on that. The inclusion of the private access drive will provide better access to the western portion of the property, creating a lucrative spot for commercial development. The proposed plot arrangement is shown on the screen above. Okay, the subject property is located within the central commercial character area of the town's master plan. The central commercial district focuses on core retail services, offices, lodging, restaurants, entertainment, and to a lesser extent, higher density residential uses. The proposed rezoning, the use by special review for the gas station and the minor development plat are consistent with the central commercial district goals, as the proposal will: 1, help ensure adequate opportunities for expansion of the town's economic base. 2, continue to continue the commercial corridor along Parker Road. And 3, support new businesses by providing additional land for commercial development. Okay, the subject property is located within the Parker Road Corridor Plan Study area within the central area. The Parker Road Corridor Plan advocates for the continuing development of commercial uses along the corridor while minimizing the amount of access points along the state highway. The proposal to zone the property as commercial and the use by special review and the minor development plat all meet the goals of the Parker Road Corridor Plan. As the proposal will, 1, zone prime commercial spaces along Parker Road to see commercial for future development. And 2, provide access to 3 commercial lots with only 1 access point from Parker Road. Okay, and finally, the staff has reviewed the proposal and has determined that 1, the project is consistent with the master plan. All approval criteria in the land development ordinance has been satisfied, and 3, all public notice requirements have been met. Therefore, staff recommends that the Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the Harding Heights zoning, use by special review, and minor development plat. This concludes staff's presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And the applicant is also present for their presentation and questions as well.
Thank you, Ashley. Any questions for staff?
I have a question. It may be better addressed by applicant if they have a presentation. I'm concerned about the grade change on the south access to the use by special review for the gas station. That's a massive, I used to go by my wasabi peas at the Mountain Nut Company, and very sad they're not there anymore. But I know that that's a big grade change, and they appear, from what I saw in the drawing, that they're going to use the same access point that you were using for the former Mountain Man Nut Company, but that they have the access road running parallel with Parker Road coming north to get into that gas station thing. And I'm concerned about the speed at which cars go up and down Parker Road in order to get to that access point and getting, I'm concerned about safety and potential accidents with people trying to get in and out of a gas station area. Because if I go to get gas, I might go from one direction, but I might want to go south to get out, and that's a difficult transition. I was wondering if any special traffic mitigations are being done in order to ensure safety at that intersection.
Yes, so if that it would be reviewed under the site plan process, and our engineering staff will, ensure that all those gradings are, safe and, accessible for users. I do know that they are proposing a deceleration turn lane on Parker Road, so that will allow space for drivers to slow down, and so that will help alleviate some of that stress. And the access point on Parker Road is a right in, right out only. It's not a full access movement.
Right.
Yeah, so it should minimize how much traffic actually uses that one, and hopefully more traffic will go to the Longs, which is the full access movement on Longs Way.
Now, is Long in Parker, can you remind me, that is not a full access intersection. That is a intersection that has a median, isn't it?
I know they are proposing to do some improvement to the Longs Way median as well.
Commissioner Nelson, if I may.
Yeah.
It's the Longs Way and Parker Road is a 3/4.
Okay.
So it's a left in and then right in, right out, no left out.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Any further questions for staff?
You mentioned there would be a deceleration lane going into it. Will there be an acceleration lane coming out of it onto Parker Road?
There is actually, the applicant actually gave us some funding for that lane for when the property just south of that, of our proposed parcel redevelops from that gift shop. Because again, what Ruth Ann said is that there's a very steep grade, and right now it's not worthwhile to expand that road until we redevelop that southern site.
Any further questions for staff?
I have no further questions.
Okay. And the applicant is present?
Yes,
Do they have a presentation?
they do.
Okay. Welcome, and please state your name and address. You need to put your mic on.
I think I have it now. Yep. Mike Talcott, QuickTrip Corporation. Do you want address too?
Yes, please.
Okay. 11724 Hannibal Street, Commerce City. Once again, thank you guys for your consideration tonight, coming out on this chilly night, as we've all been experiencing. Just want to tell you a little bit about QuickTrip. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this at all. If you're not, hopefully you will be once we're open. Once we get through the pretty stuff that I get to talk about, I do have my engineering team and traffic team here that can speak intelligently about hard questions. So let's see. Once again, the project address. Little history about QuickTrip. We've been in business for over 60 years. The founding family still owns it. We are not a franchise. I mean, it's privately owned. So roughly 57% is owned by the founding family. Majority of the rest is owned by us employees. So it's kind of nice being a privately owned company. The founder is the guy there on the right, Chester Cadjo. This is one of his famous sayings. It's provide an opportunity for employees to grow and succeed. That's why I'm here. We had enough stores that the founding family had enough money, but for people like me who started in the stores, the way you get an opening is you open another store and another store so people can keep moving up through the ranks. And that's really the main reason we're in the Colorado market now, because we had filled out in the Midwest and we're branching out. So far, as of this morning, the 9 stores, I should know, but we opened another store this morning, which was 5 more full-timers and roughly 17 more part-time people got jobs. So there were promotions, and we just keep moving. Then his other part of that quote is, if you're not taking care of the customers, better be taking care of the people who are. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get stores built so they have opportunity. Just a few facts, I'll skim through them. But 15 years on 100 best companies to work for. We are quite often on the list of top 100. Average 22 jobs per store. And that's something that full-time, well, the store teams themselves live in the community. It may not be exactly in Parker, it may be 5 miles up 470, but we all gravitate towards the store we're going to be working at. And most of the part-timers are high school kids from the local community. We've never laid off a single employee in the entire history of the company. That's over 60 years. We find something to do, even if it's polishing gas pumps. They keep their job. Average store manager, 80,000. That's actually wrong. It's 100,000. And on top of that 100,000 is 401k, paid time off, health care, paid vacation time. I mean, it's a career. I've been with QuickTrip, well, in March it'll be 28 years. So it's a career. Assistant manager pay, which is the starting out position, is around 55,000. And so those are 2 of the 5 full-time positions. And part of that also pay package is a profitability bonus from the store they work in. So sometimes that can be an extra $100 a month, sometimes it could be an extra 1,000, just how successful the store is. What that does is build ownership, so we want to run the store well, and it generally works. 5% of our profits annually go to local charities. Once the store is open, then one delegate from this store, along with the other stores, will have a delegate that will literally meet once a quarter and decide where they want it to go. I mean, it might go all to Parker, it might all go to Commerce City, but they decide, the people in the community. So it's a National Safe Place location. Are you guys familiar with Safe Place? Yep. That's what every one of our stores is, Safe Place. Okay. These are just a few things. It's kind of ironic because I'm marching in the Martin Luther King Parade on Monday in 4-degree weather. So.
God bless you.
But this is the kind of stuff that, we do. We take ownership and take part in the communities that we're in. This is just a screenshot of our security system. We have a state-of-the-art is an understatement, high-def security system. Every inch of the store inside and out is covered by cameras. All the employees have a belt clip alarm, which I'm going to date myself. It looks like a pager, which don't exist anymore. I say that and my daughter goes, "What?" But anyway, if anything sounds wrong, looks wrong, they hit that button instantly on those screens, pops up the camera views of the store. And then our employees at corporate that monitor that, if everything looks fine, they'll call and say, "Hey, did you accidentally bump it?" If it doesn't look fine, they'll contact the police and just stay on the line and monitor. We're after dinner, so that's good because we sell a lot of food. The whole market has changed over the last 15 to 20 years. Gas stations used to be gas, beer, cigarettes. Well, tobacco is a shrinking and should be a shrinking market. So probably 11, 12 years ago, we're like, what are we going to do? So we put kitchens into every one of the stores. We're made to order food because everyone wants to eat and it can replace that lost margin. Pizzas, flatbreads, sub sandwiches, donuts, of course, made fresh daily. And then I didn't want to repeat too much of what she said in her presentation, but that's just a little bit of the highlights. I mean, we are a convenience store that sells gas. 5,000 feet, roughly, the store is. Over 3,000 feet is devoted to food. I mean, fresh food too. I mean, fresh food, fruit, healthy selections, not just pizza and donuts, which that's all I need. But with that, I'd like to turn the second half over to Coy to go through site plan stuff.
You got it.
All right. And I'll stay handy.
Please state your name and address.
Great. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Coy Williams. Address is 6200 South Syracuse Way, Greenwood Village. So here to talk about the current project, we won't try to repeat too much of what Ashley said. The site location, southwest corner of Parker and Longs Way, like Ashley said, it consists of a couple of vacant lots and unoccupied commercial building. So the master development plan, to give you a little bit of idea of what we're actually looking at. Commissioner Nelson, to your question on the grade change. So the right in, right out, we're actually raising the grade by about 3 to 4 feet so that it's not as steep into the site. We've worked with town engineering to push that access plan north, but further into the site to allow for better sight distance as folks are turning in and then turning left out towards Parker. And then the question about cash in lieu, there was about $720,000 that QT has put into cash in lieu for the acceleration lane that will come out upon development of that southern property. For access questions, the southern property will actually access the same drive. We've dedicated an access easement that will touch that southern property line. So upon redevelopment, they'll use the same access. They will not keep their access onto Parker Road compliant with the town master plan. So the QT site plan, just to give you a picture of what it looks like, we do have a split canopy. It's a chamfered canopy, really nice looking, and then the 5,300 square foot store. The proposed zoning, as Ashley mentioned, we realized, was it last week, that there was actually a piece of it in the PUD. So forgive us for this table. Thank you, Town Legal Counsel. But everything is being rezoned to commercial from either modified commercial or planned development. Use by special review criteria, wanted to highlight a little bit into detail. Number one, it will be in harmony and compatible with the character of the surrounding areas and neighborhood. It is in compliance with the surrounding area. It's mostly high density, industrial, light industrial, commercial uses. As Ashley mentioned, it is consistent with the town master plan with rezoning to commercial, closing access points on Parker Road. will not result in an over-intensive use of the land. We're actually proposing more landscaping than is required. In the QT site plan, which I'll flip back to for a minute, on the corner, so the northeast corner of the site, there's actually a pedestrian plaza there with a couple of benches, a nice gravel area for folks to sit. And then there's also a second pedestrian area kind of in the middle of the site where you see that bump out with the hatch. And there will be a couple more benches there for folks to sit as they're walking along Parker Road. We've also done the detached sidewalk so that we're increasing pedestrian safety. So we meet all three of those criteria. Number 4, not have a material adverse effect on the community and capital improvement. All the improvements are privately funded, including the cash in lieu for the acceleration lane, as mentioned. And they will not require a level of community facilities or services greater than which is available. We've confirmed with Parker Water and Sanitation District and then also Town Engineering that everything is available to serve the site, including stormwater detention. It's a downstream facility, sanitary sewer, roadway infrastructure, and domestic water. So both of those criteria we believe are met. Number 6 and number 7, not reduce undue traffic congestion or traffic hazards. We've done a great traffic study. Jeff Plank is here, who was the engineer on the traffic study, answer any questions, but that's what triggered that the right in, right out acceleration lane was that traffic study, and we're installing the required improvements with it. Will not cause significant air, water, and noise pollution. We do have they will have deliveries. There will be noise associated with it. We believe that because of the adjacency to Parker Road, it really will not be noticeable to the community. We've done a photometric study that everything is full cover, full cutoff fixtures as well. So all the light will be directed down towards the site. Number 8 will be adequately landscape buffered and screened. As mentioned before, we're putting in additional landscaping above and beyond what is required by the town code with those 2 pedestrian areas as well. We've worked through a lot of it with town planning to make sure that the trees are preserved and the trees are paid for that are being cut down. And then final criteria will not be otherwise detrimental to the health, safety, or welfare present or future inhabitants of the town. We don't believe that it will be, especially with the fresh food. Mike did a great job underselling it. It really is. It's really good food. If you haven't been to a Quick Trip, I would encourage you to. Mike can probably find coupons. It's much better than any other gas station. Growing up in Colorado, being a Colorado native, we don't have good gas stations, so it's really great to see QT come in someplace where we actually want to go that makes food. We had a deal for a salad today. I mean, it's not your regular roller grill. They do have it, but they do make really good food. A couple pieces on the building elevation. I know that's not necessarily what we're talking about tonight, but wanted to show you all what the building will look like. We've worked with the town a lot. There's a lot of elevation changes, depth changes, some really nice stacked stone on it. We've done a lot with the store to make sure that we meet all the transparency requirements from the town and really making a really nice building. Canopy elevations, as I mentioned, it will be a split canopy to kind of break up that massing. In typical town of Parker, it has that chamfered roof. And then a couple of photos of the inside of the store. Like I mentioned, it doesn't look like what we Coloradans necessarily think of as gas stations. They're much nicer on the inside. They have more things than you could imagine to find. And that concludes our presentation, so we're available for questions.
Thank you. Any questions for the applicant?
No.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
That's too easy. Once again, thank you.
Any additional questions for staff?
No.
No?
Not at this,
Okay.
I'm waiting to see if we've got any comment in the audience.
Okay. No additional. So this is a public comment and public meeting. So I will open comments to the public. If you wish to make a comment, please come to the microphone, state your name and address. There you go, right there.
I figured.
Can you please state your name and address, please?
Turn the
Your mic on the bottom, there's a green button. Nope.
On the black stem.
On the stem?
Oh,
There.
perfect. Sean Dickman, 6716 Fonder Drive. Just moved in, really just came in here to get more involved in the community and see how these things go. And didn't know Quick Trip was going to be here, but love them. And they're going to go on Parker Road. I think that's awesome. I go out of my way to Jordan Road. I don't know if anyone has diesel, but they're the cheapest place in like the city, the whole metro. So just wanted to introduce myself and see if I could talk to you guys after about how I could maybe get more involved. But yeah, first one, just wanted to say hello and love Quick Trip, so I thought I'd
Well, thank you.
root for them. Yeah, thank you, commissioners.
Anyone else? Seeing no further, at 7:30, I will close the public hearing. Planning Commission discussion? Questions? No more? Leland?
I don't have any further questions.
Okay.
No, and I'm supportive. I think this is a smart use for this corner. I can appreciate the job creations, and obviously some of the new tax revenue to the town will be great. It meets all the 9 criteria as outlined, and I will be in support.
Same
al-
here. Great president. Oh, you.
Go ahead.
Who's going? Love that it's a family-owned business, family employee-owned business, and definitely a great use. So I'll be in support. Great presentation. Thank you.
I'm in support of this. We have several motions to be in support of.
Yes.
And I'm in support of all of them. I am particularly happy about cleaning up the zoning. I think that's an awesome thing that this project has enabled us to do, and I thank the applicant for helping us get that done. As far as the use by special review, my concerns regarding the grade change and the safety on Parker Road and the access points has been satisfied. And I think it's going to be a great addition. I just wish I could more easily drive across Longs Road. I'm on the other side where I live, and so I can't go directly across to get to y'all once you're built, so we'll have to figure that out.
We'll help you, Ruth Ann. Can you stock wasabi peas for her? There you go. Okay, well, seeing no further discussions, I will close the public hearing at 7:32. And I will ask for, this is a question for you, Bryce. There are 4 motions. Do we vote for them all at the same time or individually?
No, you'll call each motion individually.
Okay. So the first motion is for the Parker filing number 3, lots 1 and 2 rezoned to commercial. Do I get a motion for approval?
I move the Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the zoning request for Parker Downs filing number 1, lots 1 and 2.
Do I get a second?
That's filing number 3,
Filing number-
Eric.
Filing number 3,
Lots-
lots 1 and 2.
I
Sorry.
second.
Motioned by Eric, seconded by Ruth Ann. All in favor? Leland?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Chair says aye. Motion passes. The second motion, McClintock 2, Lot 1, rezoned to commercial. Do I get a motion?
I move the Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the zoning request for a portion of McClintock Lot 1.
I second.
Motioned by Eric, seconded by Leland. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Chair says aye. We should go down the road.
Yep.
Okay, motion passes. Third one, use by special review. Do I get a motion?
I move the Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the use by special review, subject to the following condition: that the use by special review materials submitted to the Community Development Department on December 9th, 2020 shall be approved use by special review materials.
I second.
Call to question, Leland?
No questions?
No. Aye or,
I thought you said question.
No.
Aye.
Aye.
Angela? Ruth
Aye.
Ann?
Aye.
Aye.
Eric?
Aye.
Thank you. Chair says aye. Motion passes. Sorry, motioned by Eric. seconded?
Seconded by Eric.
Seconded.
The other Eric.
Eric 1 and Eric R.
Yes.
All passes. Chair approves. Number 4, minor development plat.
I move the Planning Commission recommend Town Council approve the minor development plat.
I'll second.
Motion by Eric, seconded by Leland.
Aye.
Angela?
Aye.
Ruth Ann?
Aye.
Eric?
Aye.
Eric R.
Aye.
Aye.
Nicholas? Chair says aye.
Nicholas seconded.
Nicholas
believe.
seconded.
Right? Yes.
Sorry. Chair says aye.
We need one more motion so that she can second something too.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll have one shortly.
That's true.
Congratulations. We don't have anything else, do we? No. Okay, I'm looking here.
No, ma'am, there are no staff items.
Well, thank you, Bryce. Planning Commission items?
None.
No,
Bryce?
No, ma'am, no staff items.
Staff items? No Planning Commission items? Do I get a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn the Planning Commission meeting.
I second
Do
the
I
motion.
get a second?
Yeah. Well done.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.